I'll comment later. I'd be happy to know. Not voting with that. Huh? Yeah, I'll be glad to let you know. They mess with that dam too. There's a dam.
Why are they messing?
Because of the alewives coming up from West Somerset Stream that can make.
How you doing? Same old stuff. What are you gonna do after budget season? All these towns' budgets.
Same reason Ernie Hilton
Play the
administrator.
calculator.
You're talking
Never look at it again. I haven't looked at it.
That's why we're doing it. A couple of
I don't think they have one yet.
I don't
That's,
he's the
mayor.
budget committee guy.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
And the way that they display budget figures never makes any sense.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're hear that?
Yeah, they never show that.
Oh yes.
No, budget,
They never show percentages.
That I heard he's giving away TVs.
Yeah.
They're display
That's why I like when you look at some of the
Now you
towns.
can watch TV.
You see the town budget, all they do is.
The
West Forks look
You know that.
TV.
Big TVs.
The quote and Scott, you can have it. No, what it is, or not. It's not. It's not. It's trying to get it done.
Because I just got
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, we've done
it. was fun.
You have to click it several times to make it work? Oh. That's doesn't.
Years and years ago, and then I about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was my case.
This is not
That's
good too. I'm still living it down. It's about wow. That's this thing.
Didn't go quite where you wanted it.
And I don't know if my mistakes. That was an object lesson for me. I learned it. I learned something.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I get smashed.
I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Just how small the world is. I guess.
I
I didn't even put that together when we were talking about it.
like here.
That was sweet.
You did it all. Those were good years.
I think.
The 90s were best.
Yeah, how are you?
Patrick,
Yes, sir.
in a minute, can you explain 1% overlay? What that money goes to?
That is used. What the now the purpose of it is it's better for the towns than the county. It is used for delinquent taxes.
Right, but we don't have it.
He must, I don't know where.
Correct.
So where's the money going?
That just ends up in the undesignated fund balance.
Softball.
I don't know.
The tool that the county uses for
Okay.
is so that we don't have to go back to taxation.
It's your slush fund, though.
Essentially, he's not saying.
Do you want to increase that to 2%? Because you can.
No, I do not.
You do?
He increased it to
You want me to go change the numbers?
So what happens if we don't have it?
Yeah, we increased it to 0.
Okay.
Should we decrease it?
No, I just didn't.
Especially not this coming year.
If we were naming someone.
That's fair. You got me on oil. I'll give you that one.
You must have just got a delivery.
I did. Oh,
So did I.
I shut him down.
529.
Take me off instant delivery. Automatic delivery. No more.
I drained my couch after withdrawal. I said, I'm tired of this. And then the oil, and I filled that sucker right back up again. I still have the wood left over.
Yeah.
Minutes.
All right. Let's,
Oh, I got 3 o'clock, so I guess it's time for the play.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. And minutes, resolution 2663 to accept the minutes from the meeting of April 15th, 2026.
No move.
Discussion. All in favor? Good to go. Thank you. Public comment to allow members of the public to comment or reserve time to speak on an upcoming agenda item. Is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak at this time? I see no one from the public. So we will move along to our workshop. Number one, discuss concerns regarding Rockwood Transfer Station.
So I'll give a little introduction here, and then Dave can kind of get you up to speed. We got a couple of calls while he passes that out.
Thank you, sir.
The main issue is taking wood or brush at the Rockwood Transfer Station. We had issues with DEP for burning last year. We stopped burning. In doing so, we stopped taking in brush and wood. And so springtime has come, and these residents are bringing their brush and their wood and their demo to the transfer station. And the attendant that's there, God bless him, is saying, we don't take wood anymore. And when the people complain, they say, call your commissioners. So I'm surprised we haven't got calls yet, but I've gotten a few. So I'll let Dave kind of update what the plan is for the transfer station.
Okay, the pictures I handed out are the way it looked about 2 weeks ago. They went into the bucket loader and they took all the existing piles of wood and combined them. And some of those piles are about 15 feet high. So if it comes time to burn, there's going to be a lot of wood to burn. But where we are now is we're at a no burn allowed from DEP. They want us to put a burn pad in. If we want to burn wood, we need to put in a burn pad. And I sent, you all have the email from the spirit, where she gave us the rundown of what was required to put in the burn pad. So if we choose to put in a burn pad, those are the steps we have to do. The other option is the one that I've actually okayed for this spring, is to take all the existing piles of wood, put them in 40-yard containers, and haul them to carriers here in town. Carriers will take the wood for free, but it's costing us about $500 per trip to get rid of this wood. We're looking at about $6,000 to $8,000 in the existing piles, and then we need to set a procedure on how we're going to do this in the future. And I've looked at it. There's three things we can do. If we choose to burn, we have to follow the DEP specs. 25-foot square burn pad can be 2 feet of reinforced concrete or an invert pad, they said. Got to have clear all the way around it. We've got to have, well, we've always had the fire department usually there.
Were they clear that the concrete had to be 2 feet?
They said 2 feet as far as
What's an earth?
It's not what the letter says. It says 2 feet of ground ore.
Ore, yes. So
But that's not necessarily 2 feet of concrete. It's just ore. And so it's a different thing altogether. It's just reinforced concrete. So that could be 6 inches.
what we had there worked absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We've been burning for 50 years. It's frustrating.
Well, there's 2 feet of dirt there anyway, so
Yeah.
you're good.
We'll clear off all the way around it. It's never been an issue, but we will follow their steps to the letter. And once we have 6 inches of ash on the burning pad, it all has to be scooped up and put in a sealed container or a container with a top on it, keep the rain out. And when that fills up, we'll have to haul that off. And I think we have to have it tested. They said that in the letter also. And it should come in as clean, won't be contaminated. We'll be very careful about what we burn. We won't be just throwing stuff on the pile that happened in the past. Even though in the past, all those years we burned, it still came back as clean. It wasn't contaminated. That's why we didn't have to spend, a couple $100,000 more than we did to get rid of it.
Oh, that's good.
You spent quite a lot.
Yes, it was a lot. We had close to 50 years burning there. So there's a lot of action.
So in a year, how many containers do you anticipate having to bring to wherever it is you bring this ash?
I'm going to say probably between 10 and 20.
Containers?
Yep.
Are we talking 55-gallon drums, or are we talking?
I'm sorry. Wood, it would be 10 to 20. The 40-yard dumpster. It says ash, I have no idea. I don't know how ash will compare. There won't be that many, to be honest. One or two a year at most.
And how much does it cost to get rid of that ash?
I don't know. We haven't looked at that yet. It will go to the transportation Norwalk as long as it's clean, because we have contracts with them to get rid of our material from Rockwood. So I don't think they're going to be any different with ash than they do anything else as long as it's clean. But again, investigating needs to go further.
Patrick has a comment.
How much is it going to cost to burn it? You got to have someone tend it. You get 6 inches, move it, reload it, burn it,
The
tend it.
burning is going, as far as the fire department, Rockwood Fire Department.
Oh, they handle that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they often come up when they're gonna burn, so our fire department, we already fund, takes care of that. And we also have kind of a pony tank, 250 gallons or something like that on site with a motor pump, and that's also on site.
Commissioner Skillings.
I was more concerned in the email that I got, that we got in our packets.
Yep.
A woman was claiming that I've never been to the Rockwood transfer station or dump or whatever politically correct word you want to call it.
And
these
it's
days.
transportation nowadays.
But I've never been there. Is it gated? Is it open access? Because she was saying that people were coming in from all over, dumping, like Greenville and that area, were bringing up lumber and such. Are we monitoring that, and are we accurately monitoring that? Because
No,
Wrong.
gated, of course, you drop in, except when it's open 3 days. It's always, but I think someone came out from Green, throw stuff out of that truck, not that close. An area with 2,000 in the Rockwood area that uses this, so the attendants cannot ever know everybody. If someone kept showing up with a lot of commercial debris, that would be noticeable, but anybody with a pickup truck won't make much difference. There has in the past because we just burned it, so it didn't really have any effect on things.
Should we go to stickers so that it's for the residents intended and that's it?
We could go to stickers, we could start a sticker program.
And do they have to go past a transfer guy before they go to where this section is, or could they just drive straight in?
The regular household waste demolition, you have to drive up to where our attendant is. But it forms a loop where you drive in, you go up, you go around, off as you rid of all your household stuff. Then you form a loop and come back down. All the wood is on a lower set.
So we could monitor it.
You can monitor it unless they take the shortcut in and go the other direction, dump off wood. It hasn't been a problem before, but if we start spending a lot of money getting rid of extra wood, then we may have to go to something else. It's an area with a lot of seasonal homes, 80% at least of seasonal homes.
I promise if they're seasonal, where they're coming from, it's worse than what we're going to ask them to do. Because they're buying bags. You know what I mean? So if we have them get a sticker, that's a pretty minor thing.
Yep, it is.
For a person from Cape Elizabeth. Or wherever it is.
Well, yeah, I prefer stickers. So someone further up the lake is not living in Rockwood. Isn't the Rockwood dump going to be their go-to place?
Yeah. Everybody around the Moosehead area, Brasswood.
Don't we have the right to say no? Or make you pay for it, or?
Well, they're paying for it.
They're paying
tax dollars.
taxes.
Right.
They pay property.
Well, is our dump available to? Is the Rockwood dump for all of the available for the entire UT of Somerset County? Is it that's not the way it's supposed to be?
It's for the Rockwood area because we have.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Does that include Greenville? And
No, Greenville's not our county.
so the entire Somerset County gets to use the Rockwood.
There are dumps closer that we pay for people to, in Concord, right across from Bingham. The transfer station from Bingham is actually in Concord. So everybody in Concord just goes to their local transfer station. In Lexington, they go to Kingfield. We have contract with Kingfield. So all of our different sections have contracts with local.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how big a section it is that Rockwood serves.
Pretty much from Rockwood, 20 miles in every direction except west. West, then you get over Jackson area, and everybody Jackson, they go to Jackson.
So if we're going to do stickers, everybody in that area.
Yeah, there'd be stickers. Most people, if they live, within 100 miles of their camps up there, they take their garbage home. They don't go to the transfer station. They use it a couple times a year for either brush or if they're getting rid of some furniture or mattresses or something.
But I guess, I'm asking the questions. Is this really a problem that unauthorized people are using the Rockwood dump?
I don't think it's a major problem.
Yeah. Letters.
So, yeah, a lot like the town of Canaan or whatever. It's not a major problem. So one of the, I guess my question would be, is if you do a sticker program, number one, where are the people going to get the stickers, right? How often is, I'm thinking it's going to be the town office type place. How often are they open? How inconvenient?
There is no town office.
Right. So where are they going so they're going to buy them directly from the attendant?
That would be the way it would have to be.
And how often is the attendant there?
3 days a week when the dump is open.
Which is the only time that they could go.
Which is the only time it's open.
Yeah.
They're there when he's not there.
Which is right, what I said.
Right. Yeah.
The sticker system I know is used, we've avoided it in Rockwood because of the amount of people that use it. They may not be camp owners. They may be leasing, renting, betting, B&B. There's a lot of commercial activity up there in that manner. So a lot of people are going to be showing up when they have stickers anyway.
It is, but what did we just spend specially to get rid of all that waste that we had to burn and get rid of the ash?
50 years worth.
Yeah.
How much was it?
50.
We paid a couple different ways, but I think the end of it was close to $100,000 before we were done. Because we had to have surveys, we had to have tested, and we had an environmental group up there doing that. Then we had to pay to have it all scooped up and hauled away. So it was upwards of $100,000 before we were done.
And are there regulations and like pressure treated building waste? Is that accepted or not?
No. If somebody brings in a pressure treated, it has to go down. Can't go in a burn pile or can't go in a wood pile. Or even if it's painted. If it's painted, it shouldn't be burned. And one thing we looked at for an alternative was to get a commercial chipper. Have a commercial chipper come in a couple times a year and chip up all the wood. Because we can chip wood in a much smaller container. You have less space, less cubic yards. But Chris Roy, who rented it up there for us, couldn't really find any commercial chippers that somebody wanted to lease to us for something like that. So it looks like if we choose to haul it away, it has to be hauled away pretty much in half. As it is brought in as a fraction log. So, those are the three options. Either stop picking wood entirely, which I don't think is a good option for that area. It's forest there. People are always cleaning. They generate a lot of wood debris. And as far as burning goes, we've got all the DEP regulations. We've got to burn, we've got to cover it, then we've got to test it, then we have to dispose of it. Multiple steps. And the other one is kind of what we're doing now. We just started this, is scooping it up into 40-yard dumpsters and hauling them to areas. So those are the kind of the three options. I don't have prices on some of those. I get estimates on the burn pile and that kind of information. And I know it's 50 yards below the current. And if gas ever goes down, you can get a break. I don't count on the price going down. So that's where we are. Not long ago, I'm just admit it. I'm the one that was talking to Chris Roy, and they said, just stop picking wood. So we shut down on my word because I'm looking at our options. I'm going, only getting worse when they're bringing in more wood. But after a week, I talked to Tim and I realized I shouldn't have done that. You gotta tell people ahead of time doing a move like that.
Yeah.
So I went up last week, put up signs, talked to the attendant, talked to a couple people in town that I knew. Put the words out that they've got this month to just get rid of whatever their brush. We're gonna haul it away in 40-yard dumpsters. And your decision board here will determine what we'll do from June.
Well, that's option 3, is limit it like the town pickup. We'll limit it to the month of May every year to clean up your brush. We remove it, we know what that amount is, we can anticipate that, budget for that. And then we don't accept brush again until May.
Yeah, couldn't have an upset period. Certainly could. I'd probably do.
Whatever I'm just saying, whatever 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's definitely an option. That way they know, and this is what happened with a couple of them. They showed up at the dump with a pickup load of stuff, and they're going like, no, go home, take it with you.
Yeah. And I mean, if there's a hurricane, we'll analyze it and say we got to do something for emergency service, for whatever.
Yeah, yeah. The people I spoke to were pretty understanding. I didn't have any particularly irate. They weren't happy, but they weren't yelling. So, that's a decision we need to make. It's an affect the budget, obviously. We're going to take the wood pole and haul it away. It's going to add $20,000 per year to the cost.
If it's chipped, does it have to be removed offsite?
Yes.
Either way.
Yep. They hauled away a great big mound of pretty good soil. It used to be ashes, but stuff growing in, worms growing through it and all that stuff. But no, they said they couldn't stay on site. Nope. So they hauled it across the state and dumped it in Old Town. I don't know whether they think that's better.
Juniper Ridge, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it went.
Well, you can't make it up.
Oh, yeah.
But the pictures there, you'll see part of the loop, about half the loop is wood pile. And it used to be, well, I was getting clean this winter because plow trucks were going in there and all the brush was kind of sticking out into the road. So I knew that had to go somewhere, but they went in the bucket loader and piled everything together. So it looks much better than it was.
But these pictures seem to have a lot of demo stuff in it.
Yes, a lot of the stuff are boards.
So we do typically burn it.
Yes, it used to always be burned.
But now we're talking about no longer burning demos.
Yeah, until we put in the burn pad, the DEP specs, we're not allowed to burn it.
But I thought demo was where pressure treated.
Right, you would, there's clean wood.
Yeah.
So there's clean wood, which is wood that doesn't have any paint, doesn't have any pressure treated.
Okay.
Clean wood and brush, that's burn. Demo is pressure treated and
Yeah,
painted,
we've got to get into that.
and everything else.
So we don't burn demo and we haven't recently. Or did maybe we haven't.
Well, it depends what you call demo. If it's treated wood, it should not be burned.
Yeah.
And I won't say it's never been burned. But we are supposedly calling that and throwing it to demo. But, like I said before, 50 years, I'm sure there's been logs treated with creosote, probably railroad ties thrown in there. There's been a lot of stuff burned, but not enough to contaminate the active pile that we have.
That's good.
So a lot of it's dry pile. We just pull it out of the lakes and take it to the dump instead of, burning it out front in the fireplaces. Like that.
Well, creosote's different. You can buy bottles of that for cooking. So it's okay to burn it.
Yeah, we used to use creosote because creosote's now illegal. You're not allowed to use it. But our whole bottom part of our camp, we used to go every year and creosote the heck out of the post.
So what's the pleasure of the commissioners here? Do we want to think about this and bring it back to the next meeting? Do you have direction for Dave for this spring, summer?
I think what Dave has done is great. Thank you.
Yeah, Dave's got more.
Or do you
Yeah, I
want
like hauling a brush
you just want to keep hauling it off?
for now, yeah.
I'd like to know what the cost of them. I mean, if it's earth, if we just have to scoop off a flat area and that's dirt, and we call that dirt, we can burn, start burning.
Yeah. I'll investigate with Don Lee.
I mean, if we can do that without putting $20,000 into a pad.
Concrete pad.
No, it's 2 feet dirt. It's obviously 2
Dirt,
feet of
knock
dirt.
it out, dirt.
Yeah, that was my thoughts.
And then pick up the ash and send it wherever the hell you gotta send it. 1 or 2 buckets a year, and
Okay, I'll investigate the burn pad, but for now, we'll continue with yard bins and home.
We're gonna get that bill though, and that's $500 a trip.
Yep. Yep.
And that's in our UT budget.
Yes, it comes out of the existing budget. So the budget we have did not take this into account. And also, getting rid of the old actors wasn't in this current budget either. So that paid for out of tip. We use tip funds to get rid of the old 50-year-old actor fund. So, it'll have to be budgeted, obviously, not going to go back to tip again for that. For the instance where DEP was on our necks, we did use that.
I like the pad idea. If it's not.
Check it out.
Do it.
So I'll look into the burn pad, I'll have the numbers for you at the next meeting.
While you have our attention, do you want me to proceed with this
Oh, yeah, we can open the bid.
tip a little bit?
We are involved with the Forks Communication on the Lake Moxie Road. They own a mile on each end, we own 3 miles in the middle. So we went together on a contract to see if we could get a better rate than we did in the past, because it is our most expensive road, because we couldn't get anybody to plow it. We had to almost beg a local to do it for us, and he gave us a very high number. We didn't have a choice. We said, yes, thank you. And he now has a bid on the entire road, and I haven't seen what it looks like yet.
I shall open this Moxie
Sorry,
Road
yeah.
plow bid. We'll see what we've got, and I will defer any action on it until after David has looked it over and got back to us. But here it is for 5.27 miles. This is also the contract. And it is for 26, 27, 5.7 miles times $23,000 a mile is $121,210. And the 27, 28 goes up to 23,470 for $123,686.90 for the 5.27 miles, and for 28 through 29, it increases to $24,200. For the 5 miles, it would be $127,534. The total 3-year amount is $372,430.90.
Would we prorate that with Forks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they paid for their section.
Do we like 350?
Yeah.
So did the Forks pay the whole contract and then they bill us?
No. To be honest, until this contract, we had separate contracts.
Oh.
So,
Who was the contractor, Commissioner?
The contractor is,
Community Web.
Thank you.
And how does that compare to our the woodpecker one, like
Oh,
miles?
this is substantially higher. This is high per mile we have.
And why is that? Just.
Yeah. We had to ask him to take it. He didn't even put a bid when we put the RFP up first time. He really didn't care about doing that.
Is it because he doesn't like the road, or he's too busy, or?
He's very busy. He's very busy. He also does the plow into the transfer station up there, and that is also high per mile. He's the only person in the area really doing it. And he's the only bid that we received from that RFP. So when you're the only bidder, you have to-
and the bidder is Andy Webb and daughter
yeah.
in West Forks, Maine. So there that is.
So I'll take that.
We won't do any action until next
Correct. Yeah. No action today.
No action today. We'll take action on it next time, though.
Yep.
You are, sir. Thank you very much. You're
Do
welcome.
you know if he plows the roads for the forks that the state doesn't plow?
The only road that's is the Lake Moxie Road. That's the only down the road they have. Everything else is private.
So that is the.
So that's it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Private estate.
If you would choose to equip four-wheelers with little blocks, allow the four-wheelers and let three miles.
Or make a slogan.
You're thinking outside the box, yeah. I'm telling you.
For those of you who forgot what the Lake Muncie Road was all about,
We bought a groomer up there, didn't we? Well, wow.
we brought several.
So, of course, they wouldn't be able to do that in summertime. But- And our second workshop is review updates to the Somerset County Employee Handbook.
Yes, I was remiss in giving you copies of the last meeting that didn't have highlighted changes on it, but I've got 6 or 7 pages here that I'll just point out to you of the changes that were made. Nothing really substantial. On page 7 and 8, it refers to the elected officials section. We needed to clarify our handbook because of an issue in Kennebec County where the district attorney's office was having some question over who did they have authority over when it came to county employees. So I clarified the fact that the district attorney is an elected official, which represents the county, but it's considered an employee of the state of Maine. And then on page 8, I clarified that statute requires the county to provide office space, staff, and training expenses for the district attorney and the assistant district attorneys. The DA office manager, clerks, domestic violence investigator, and victims witness advocate are employees of Somerset County and fall under the guidance of the employee handbook. So we just needed to clarify some things, and I thought we'd take this opportunity to do it. I didn't know if you had any questions or thoughts about that.
I would get rid of the apostrophe and S after victims, because that post is called the victim witness advocate. There's no possessive there. Just, it's not good.
Put my red pen on it. On page 26, starts on 25, there's a reference to the offering of health insurance benefits. I just removed the name of the company because we used to refer to the Maine Municipal Health Employees Trust. So I removed that reference. No changes. It's significant there. For those who followed our union contract this year on page 29, after the list of paid holidays, we want to be consistent and change the language that says, in addition to the above listed holidays, the county will recognize any annual holiday created by the legislative bodies of state or federal government. This hopefully clarifies the fact that if the president declares a holiday, it doesn't automatically trigger the county to have a holiday. So, where to go? There's a holiday. Page 33 is new language from the state that was passed in 2025 regarding earned paid leave. This affects our reserves and our very, very limited part-time folks that don't earn any paid time off. This is a state program that's been in place since 2023. It was updated this year, so I just included the updates. And on page 35, I just cleaned up some of the language regarding paid family medical leave. The handbook used to reflect that looking forward to May 1st, 2026, this was going into place. Now that we're after May 1st and it's in place, I just removed that reference to that. So those are the slight changes, and as Leanne and I always say, this is a living document. Things happen, changes take place, state statutes change, and so doing regular updates is probably a necessary thing. So, if there aren't any questions or comments, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that I did put a resolution later on the agenda if you want to approve those. I didn't see the need to do a distribution to all the employees because there really wasn't anything that changed benefits. It was just kind of some clarifications. And that's all I have on that.
Any questions or concerns at this time? Being done, we have workshop number 3, official notice of deorganization, Highland Plantation.
So they have made it official. I put in your packet just some of a couple pages. The entire document's about 12 pages long. It was sent to our attention and Commissioner Skilling's attention because it does affect his district. It's a 3-year process. So their proposed effective date of the organization is June 30th, 2029. So that's about 3 years and 2 months from now. So they went through the whole process that's required by the state, talking about distribution of assets, buildings, that sort of thing, kind of giving us an idea of what they've spent over the last several years on certain things like road maintenance and so forth, what we would have to assume. I talked to Janet White today from New Portland, and New Portland Fire covers that Highland Plantation anyhow, so that would just shift to the county being responsible for it and so forth. I don't know if Dave, you had any other comments on it? Seems pretty run the mill.
The fire is actually one of the sticklers because one of the buildings that the county will inherit is the fire station. And the fire station is actually in use with a fire engine from New Portland. And they base it in Island Plantation, and it affects the household insurances in the area. So one of our decisions, your decision, will be if we're going to keep and maintain the fire department building and have New Portland use it for the fire engine they station there. Or if we chose to, we could not have them keep that there, and we could either sell or abandon the old fire station. I think it's probably beneficial. It's going to cost us more money if we keep that engine there. But it may be beneficial for all of our people up there because their house insurance will be less. So by keeping it there, we benefit our citizens. And if we don't, then they'll all wind up paying more in their insurance.
Can you tell me the mileage distance from the North New Portland Fire Station to the northernmost point that substation would service? More than 10 miles?
Yes.
The 10 miles is that figure that insurance companies now use?
Okay, yeah, I
you need to be
know
within
that.
10-mile ring. If you're not within that 10-mile ring, then you're going to get whacked. So we'd be assisting everyone within a 10-mile ring of that substation.
Okay, if they got 10-mile radius or 5?
It says within 10 miles of the fire station. So it's 10 miles.
Which
20 miles.
includes all of Lexington.
10-mile radius.
Lexington is one of our most populated townships. So the whole area is a benefit for us. And for that.
That would be the deciding from an insurance point of view.
And everything else, we're going to inherit the roads. Was it 6 point or 8 point something miles? Most of it's Longfellow Dam Road, which is a paved road, maintained by the state, but the plowing of it's up to us, or will become up to us. It's up to Highland Plantation currently. Their contractor up there, it's not the same one we have. They use Nooms, we use Woodpecker Logging, and Woodpecker Logging plows in Lexington. Then they drive up over the mountain with Nooms plows, and they're back into the county roads, and they plow more. It's kind of broken up. So when the time comes and we have to pay for that road to be plowed, chances are we're going to go with our contractor. It's not decided yet, obviously, but it would make more sense for us to have one contract up there, and they plow the full distance versus, a section in the middle of somebody else's. But that's one of the other complications up there. And transfer station, they actually pay to have someone curbside pick up their garbage. We've discontinued that. If they want someone to come pick up their garbage, they'll have to hire a private individual to do it. And we will add them to our contract to Kingfield. We have a transfer station contract with Kingfield, and people in Lexington go over there, and Highland Station, it's right above Lexington, will also have to drive through there.
So what sort of additional financial burden does this place on the county?
We will be adding them to contracts for ambulance, for fire. And these are existing contracts. Any new contracts we'll have to do is plow the road, do road maintenance. But as far as everything else, we already have contracts. We'll just have to write new contracts and add the area of Highland Plantation to the responsibilities. If I remember right from the number that Ken's looking at right now, it's probably between $70,000 and $100,000. Figure in 3 years, it'll be about $100,000 added to the UT budget.
However, our UT contribution to the state should increase because of capturing this now.
Yeah, we'll have a higher tax base.
And we basically just sell off all the town.
In their proposal, they recommend that over that 3-year period, they're going to try to sell off the town assets.
They have
They can't sell them after the deorganization. That would
Yeah,
be you.
they have an old schoolhouse up there, which is their current town office, and one-room schoolhouse. They are trying to sell that. They're going to try to sell that. They haven't officially done it yet, but there's a lot of discussions about whether it's historic or not, and it's not on the state historical record. So they'll try to sell it or maybe donate it to the historical society up there. They haven't determined which they're going to do.
Hold on to that information. Little June 30th, 2029.
Yeah, I haven't made any discussions with anybody on new contracts yet. Because until June 29, all that time between now and then is the town's responsibility. Island Plantation will continue to pay for their plows, their maintenance, their fire, everything until it's our responsibility. So in 28, I will probably go out and talk with everybody and get the new contracts.
You know, I can't help but observe it. You know, there's some town over in Penobscot that has like 2 people living in it, and they're trying to. I mean, at a certain point, I would think that the people living in the town would just give up and abandon their
They pretty much do.
And at that point, doesn't the county just have to step in some sort of receivership?
The state appoints somebody
Yeah, they just take it
to
over.
oversee it.
But we're not seeing that in Highland.
No, they're going through it the way they're supposed to. They've got to go through the legislature. They've got several votes to take locally, and then in November they've got the big election in November. They're going to be on the ballot to deorganize. Then it has to go to the legislature, and the legislature has to approve it.
Good for them.
And we also have Dennistown Plantation just up above Jackman. It's going to be going through this in a couple of years also.
Very good. No public hearings, new agenda items, commissioners only? No? Okay, good. Administrators report.
So I want to thank everybody, commissioners, budget committee, staff, for the budget process. It went the way it's supposed to go. You know, there was good back and forth, good input, and I think we all agreed to a responsible budget. But I did get a note. I talked with Mike Watson today. Mike Watson has grown in his fame as a committee member that asks lots of questions. It's Mike. And he brought up the other night at the public hearing, and I had to talk to him today to kind of boil it down to what he was really asking for. And what he was asking for is, why can't we use more undesignated funding? In his estimate, the county, in the budget we're in right now, is going to come up about $1 million short of what they budgeted. So the $930,000 really isn't doing anything because we're bringing that forward, but we're always going to replenish with the money that we didn't spend this year. I said, Mike, that's right. You understand how the process works, but as far as undesignated fund balance, that decision's already been made. So if the commissioners wanted to add undesignated fund balance to the $935 that we've already set, you make that decision today, and then we'll go back to the budget. And they would have to review that. So I think I answered my questions, but he did bring up his point about undesignated fund, which we have addressed several times. Other things, matching grants come in. Deadlines this Friday. Got a handful so far. I expect a few more. The meeting on the 20th, you'll have a chance to review those publicly. I'll send out the copies by PDF and email once we get them all in on Friday. I'll send it out the following week. Just want to let you know you do have an unfinished business coming up in regards to the Chevy Tahoe bid. I just want to explain before you get there that you had a bid from Height locally. You got a bid coming from Iowa. Chief Mitchell talked to the folks in Iowa, and they basically provided bids for 2 vehicles they had on their lot, and they did not match the spec of the bid. So they would have had to add equipment to it, which would have cost $5,000 or $6,000, which would have erased any of the savings. And then they were not sure about how they were going to get it out here, whether we would have to come get it or they would ship it. Then, to add to the drama of these purchases, the very next day we got a well-worn, beat-up, run-over FedEx package in the mail from a place in upstate New York, who also responded to this RFP, but they only had 1 vehicle in stock. It was closer to spec, but it wasn't completely the spec, and they had no indication of how we were going to go get it. However, I did Google it. It's a beautiful 7-hour drive through upstate New York. At the end, like, go down this. So, the recommendation coming from me and from the sheriff's office is the local bids. I can only speculate that maybe there's some AI bot that's out there that dealerships are using to capture any RFP, because the only place we post it is on our website. So we're getting kind of these obscure RFPs. You think you get some local, like from O'Connor's or Charlie's, something like that, but these are coming from all over. So I just want to make you aware of that before you get to that. That's all I have.
Okay. All right. Christopher, you're here. Christian, you're here. Have a good report for us?
Sure. We had a good meeting with Adult Ed yesterday. They're going to open a satellite office in our Connect Center in Bingham. They'll be offering high-set classes in the fall for more of our northern Somerset students. We'll offer a couple other classes, and that'll be a soft launch for the next couple of years. Ideally, we'd like to get 2 or 3 classes each semester in there. Usually, Bingham North has a difficult time getting down to the Skowhegan location, so after that, we have been speaking with Tammy and Tim with county communication upgrades through the CMP Broadband Fund. A lot of those numbers have come in quite affordable for certain upgrades. There's some really big ticket items, but we're starting that work. And then we said we're getting out of the lending business for a little bit, and we're going to work with 5 customers. So, see how that shakes out.
I just try to see who's back there. Who have I got?
So I know Sarah's here from the
Oh, yeah. Sarah, please.
Good afternoon. I'll stand up since you can't see me back there. Just a couple of quick updates. Last week we held 3 regional preparedness meetings, and we're taking a new approach of splitting the county up into towns that are already working together and trying to meet them where they're at. So we held one in Madison, Heartland, and then up in Moscow. Each meeting had 5 towns represented, and it was open to fire, police, EMS, town managers or clerks, select board members, and then public works folks. The intention was to really educate people on what we can do to service our communities. So we had a piece around that, and then we discussed 7 preparedness capability areas. And with the feedback that we heard from the communities, we were able to shape our priorities for the next year. So that would look like creating a web-based situational awareness dashboard that everybody can log into and see what's going on when we experience things like major flooding events. And building out a countywide resource manual. We've started doing that with fire departments, but this will extend to towns, including public works. It's going to be huge because then we can really know what resources are in the county without escalating to levels that we don't have to when we have it here. And then starting a public outreach campaign where we'll bring in members from the communities to really start to reach populations that we haven't been able to before. So we're really excited about that, great feedback, and I think that our partners were really happy to see the regional split happening because not everybody can come to Skowhegan in the middle of the day. So meeting people where they're at has been appreciated. Outside of that, I wanted to give you a quick update on EMPG funding. I don't know if Patrick shared with you a couple of weeks ago, we did get a check in the mail. That check by no means meant that FEMA funding was flowing to the county. It was more of an accidental check that reached us. The state happened to just have a pot of money, it got pushed through, and then we received the check. We cashed it, we're good. I did receive an email from MEMA last week. Apparently the House of Representatives passed the fiscal year DHS funding bill, and from MEMA's perspective, they seem to think that this will open up the funding that we've been waiting for. I don't know if we're going to see it by the end of our fiscal budget year, but it's some news. It definitely leaves information to be desired, but that's what I have, so I figured I'd share it with you all. Thanks.
Thank you. Sheriff?
We'll be talking about a matter in executive session that we've been working on. And, June 5th, the 49th deputy graduates. We'll have 2 deputies graduating from that school. One of those deputies will be in the unorganized territory.
Patrick?
I have nothing new to say.
No, but you're good.
Budget's done. I'm done for the year. No major changes in the finance. We're still trending to be favorable, on the general fund, and of course the jail fund is still right around break even, but still black numbers.
I can't ever talk about my stuff, so. I'm busy.
I'm sure you are. Thank you.
haven't. Well,
So, we're all set with that. We've done our financial reports. Unfinished business is Resolution 2658 to award a bid for 2 2026 Chevy Tahoes for the use in the Somerset Sheriff's Office. I forgot the amounts of those. You have those handy by, maybe 2 minutes.
dollar amounts.
You need the amounts? Is that what you're saying?
I need the amounts to make the, have the proper motion made.
I'd make a motion that we accept the bids from Heights Chevrolet, or Heights, whatever it is. Heights Ford? Heights Chevrolet. Heights Chevrolet.
That's your number right there.
$117,668 for 2 vehicles that are in conformity with our specs. That's my motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Couldn't tell if you're seconding it with your thumb up or just sitting there. Thank you, Scott, for seconding that. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. New business, Resolution 2664 to adopt the Budget Committee's approved budget, including a 1% overlay for a total amount to the taxpayer of $15,678,561.70. Is there a motion? Is there
So moved.
a motion and a second? Discussion? All in favor? Resolution 2665 to approve the hiring of Travis Libby as corrections officer at the Somerset County Jail.
Second.
Move to second. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Go, thank you. Resolution 2066 to approve a promotion to programs officer at the Somerset County Jail.
Second.
I'll just add for conversation that the final decision was after the agenda, so that individual is Scott Libby that is going to be taking that position.
Good.
Ask a question.
Yeah, yes, it's discussion time.
Is this a vacant position?
Yes,
We're not creating.
we're not creating a new position.
And he was already employed, so he has a vacancy where he came from.
That's correct.
Congratulations to Scott. All in favor? Resolution 2667 to approve the updates to the Somerset County Employee Handbook.
Moved.
All right, I think Scott moved it and John seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? To go. Resolution 2668 to approve paying the following matching grant awards to community benefit funds, Town of St. Albans Community Dock Upgrades, $2,000.
Moved.
Discussion? All in favor? Thank you. No capital reserves, no related territories. Warrants, Resolution 2669 to approve the treasurer's warrant for the general fund, Somerset County Jail, with unorganized territories, for a total amount of $655,970.84.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion?
What's the $27? It's just,
I don't know. Oh, yes, I do know. I looked at it. It's right there in one of those tiny folders. That is Dave's copy of the Maine County Commissioners Association data book. So
good to know.
Thanks. Make sure you read it. Cover to cover.
yeah,
We expect a report.
Such a small number.
So it's a UT expense then.
it is.
Part of the UT.
I think it got put in after Tracy had started the warrants. There's actually two folders, and so that's probably why it's.
So like UT had 2 entries in there.
Right.
One for that.
Yeah, and I didn't read all the 4 entries, so I just skipped ahead to the total amount, which is same as I had said. All in favor? Miscellaneous discussion items, commissioners only?
None.
Oh, good, okay. Executive session, Title I, Section 405, 6A, Personnel Jail. We're in executive session.